Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming, and welcome to a quick gameplay highlights video from PUBG. I had a good game yesterday, so I thought I'll share some highlights and discuss with you the strategy I had and what I can improve if you guys have some feedback, etc. So early on we got down at the Milta power station. I thought I'll go here because there's usually a lot of people and you can get 1 or 2 kills if you find a gun early on. Now, by the way, I did not win this game. I finished inside the top 10, but I did fairly well. I had a good gun, and for once everything went according to plan. Like whatever kills I got, whatever strategies I used, things seemed to work out for me. And recently I've been enjoying playing PUBG quite a bit because simply I don't know if they've finally managed to get a good handle on the cheaters, but things have been better. So anyway, so I decided to normally I target this warehouse, but I saw this guy going over there, so I thought I'll go towards the back and see if I can get a gun or something and then charge from the back. See, one guy's on the roof, and yeah, so I thought there's this guard tower at the back here. There should be something. I mean, there's not. Sometimes you get unlucky and there isn't any, but I found a pump action shotgun. Not the pump action, the double barrel. Now I saw this guy running up, so I thought there might be a good chance before he finds something if I can get there quickly and get him. I got really lucky with this guy because he did actually find something, and yeah, but the shotgun close range is just too good. So I managed to get him, and he fired an M416. Now I love this gun personally. This, in my opinion, is the best gun. This is the best all-rounder. So for like shooting in quick range, long distance, if you have a good 4x scope or something, this is perfect. If you have all the right attachments, this is an excellent one for like close range shooting. So anyway, there was a lot of shooting going on here. I'll just skip this a bit further. So up I went, and because I could hear somebody moving around, I just kept looking around to make sure I don't give the other guy an opportunity. So let me just skip further. So I could hear footsteps, but I couldn't tell if they were from upstairs or below. So I quickly decided to jump down and see if I can find someone. And sure enough, you can see there was a guy there. I don't know if he saw me, so decided to quickly go and see. I don't think he still saw me. I did shoot once, which should have probably given my position away, but as you can see, he's still pointing the other way, so I don't think he saw me. Now I was just trying to peek and see if I could get him before he decides to move. So quietly moving further, trying to see where this guy is. And there he is. So he is probably looking for somebody coming from that door, but I think he saw me there. So I decided to sort of go over here and watch what happens. So he comes in, and this is why I think the game is better now, because in the past this guy would have killed me with 2 shots. Normally this is what happened to me earlier on. Right now I feel like I'm playing against real people, real humans who are not as good, because you see he started firing. Let me just rewind back a bit. He started firing before he even got out of the door, so that actually gave away his position. Like I knew he was coming and he was shooting. So watch, see, he's already shooting before he's even out. So this made my life a little easier, I think. Still got hit, so but I had a med kit, so I used that and healed. And I found an angle grip. Now the angle grip works perfectly for close range automatic shooting. If you want to use this for close range rapid fire basically, then the angle grip makes this gun really good. So anyway, I got a few attachments. I still did not have an extended magazine or a tactical stock for this gun, or like a long range zoom optics basically. So anyway, I looked around, I did not see much, so I decided to move because the circle was towards the middle of the map, more near the you know, the lumber yard basically, above the prison area. But I wasn't sure if there were people around. There could still be people around, so I just kept being careful. Now this is the problem with when you get here. I try to go late just in case I don't run into anyone, because running through the open here is very risky, but the circle is closing, you have to move. So you can take so much cover behind the trees, but you are exposed in areas like this, so you have to run. So anyway, kept running, ran into house, nothing there, so just kept running. Now up here near the brick area, this area here, I saw this guy up here. I don't know if you spotted, and I tried to follow him, make sure that I could get close to him. See, can he see him going here? The circle was almost closing, so I had to run. Now I was worried he might see me. He's jumping around, so he's quite visible right now. It still hasn't seen me, so this was good for me. Now, because he's here, I decided to sneak and see if I could get him. And however, once I got here, I just lost him completely. I could not find him. So he was around here. My guess was he went down here somewhere, but nothing. No idea if he was still around, if he decided to. So I just decided to just wait a bit, see if I can spot him. No luck. My guess initially was that he might have gone here, so went and looked again, nothing. Door was open but nobody here. Now the circle is not that far, so I decided to just keep going. Once again, a few houses. I'm always careful around houses, but yeah, we have to run now. What can you do? This is the riskiest part in the game, because the chances of getting shot in the back are very high. But because I was fairly late, I thought I might get away with this, and on this occasion I did. So kept going, kept going. I heard some gunshots around here further ahead. Now the problem for me, one of the biggest problems with this game, is the gunshot, the sounds of this game. I can't tell most of the time where the sounds are coming from. Most of the time it's just based on just the judgment, like where people are likely to be, or where the houses are, or the circle is closing. I have to use all the other information because the sounds are really difficult to pinpoint. Occasionally, if they're further away, it's easier, but most of the time I struggle. Like, most of my gameplay is visual and just basically using the tactics and trying to figure out where people are likely to be. But their sounds are terrible, and I try to not increase the volume on my headphones, because when the gunshots happen, they can give you a heart attack. So I try to keep things, the volume very low. And a lot of people say that you should increase the volume if you want to hear the footsteps and things like that, but I can't do that. I don't want to burst my eardrums basically. So anyway, tried moving, kept moving, and just stopped here just to check and see, make sure if there's anybody coming from behind. No, did not see anyone. Now on this next circle, I was a long way away. I was completely on the other side, so this next circle was a bit of a struggle for me. So as you can see, we are right on the other side. The edge of the circle, this is around past the school, near the ruins area. So plus it could also close in, and this is quite a busy area, so Pochinki school, a lot of people will be coming through here. But I was so far behind that I felt reasonably comfortable that at least I won't run into people here. So anyway, kept moving, kept moving. I heard gunshots from this area, this house, but at this point I had to decide whether, because based on where I was against the circle, I thought it wouldn't be wise to sort of wait and see who comes in. Plus we were going past the school anyway, so it was unlikely that anybody would come up here sort of diagonally when they could go straight to the circle. So that sort of gave me a bit of hope that I wouldn't run into people. At least I'm not likely to run into people. Also at this point I realized I had an extended magazine and I hadn't reloaded, so get all the extra guns bullets in. I decided to reload, make sure we are fully loaded. And I had also found a stock and an extended magazine by now. So this gun was in almost perfect shape. I had the perfect attachments for this one. I had a compensator, I had a holographic sight. I mean, a red dot would be better, but a holographic sight, extended magazine, tactical stock, and an angled foregrip. The angled is good for close range, and like I said, the vertical one is better for long range. So I was only expecting to use close range stuff. So yeah, anyway, so keep moving. Now the circle starts chasing me. I just saw a guy before the circle closes. I'll show you if you can spot him. So down here, past the school, yeah, you might see, let me see if I can spot him. See, there's a guy here next to the tree running over here. I don't know if it's visible. And yeah, so my guess was right that anybody who would be moving, they would move straight. And this circle nearly damaged me quite a bit. Anyway, I just kept running because I was worried about this guy as well, because I knew he was there. Unlikely that he would come this way, but you never know. So anyway, let's just skip a bit. Now we just get inside. Now as you can see, this complex here with the buildings, half of them are outside the blue zone, the other are like inside. So anybody sitting there would either have to move or they would get me if I stayed out in the open. But on the other side, these were completely outside, so I wasn't too worried about those houses. Here you can see half the house is outside, half the house is inside. These two houses, they're more likely to have somebody inside, but there was a lot of gunfire at this point, so I was a bit nervous out in the open. 17 left to go. There were a lot of gunshots, like suppressed shots. And now this circle is now towards the ruins, so decided to move. And I could hear gunshots from the right side. Now this area, I hate this area. I often get killed here because if you are late and if you are running like this is a very open field. Over here is good, you can have some cover, natural cover, but right now, see this part gets me often. I mean, even this isn't too bad because you can just run up to these hills here, mounds. So far, nobody from behind. But this is the problem. If you go too early, this part is the worst. I hate this part. Absolutely no cover. You're completely exposed. So I had to quickly run and take cover next to this mountain basically. And the thing is, if you wait too late, you could get screwed by the circle. Somebody waiting inside could get you, or if you go too early, somebody running from behind gets you. So it's always difficult to judge this perfectly, and you'll see what happens next. So 15 to go. Once again, these houses are more likely to have someone. It's trying to make sure there's nobody coming from this side. Now circle is closing in quite quickly. You can hear gunshots from the ruins area. And I was feeling very exposed. I was pretty sure somebody will get me very quickly. So nearly there, nearly safe, nearly into the circle. Now we are into the circle. Now I needed to get some cover quickly. Just making sure nobody's coming from that side. Just trying to use the natural cover as much as possible. And once again, natural cover, over here, staying on this side. Now at this point, somebody shoots at me. I'll just pause it here. Okay, you can see the two gunshots. Now, if it was purely based on sound, I thought the shots were coming from here. However, if you see these two shots, it's clear that somebody is shooting from me from behind. Plus also, looking at the circle and the way things are closing, it's more likely to be somebody from behind. Obviously, there's a wall and cover here, so it's unlikely somebody would shoot at me from here. There's no way. So 99% of the chance it's somebody coming from behind. But as you saw with the sounds, I'll just back it up as well. I don't know if you guys can tell, but for me, it felt the sounds were coming from the left hand side. See, I felt the sounds were coming from here, but they were coming from behind. So based on that, you have to override your brain into making sure you take the right decision. So I took cover because, like I said, I knew 99% somebody's from behind. Now at this point, what I thought was, if the guy chasing me saw me take cover, he's probably not going to charge from here. He's probably going to go around the other side. So I just made sure he wasn't close enough. And then I thought, yeah, he's more likely to come from the other side. And guess what happens? It does exactly that. He still got a few shots because I couldn't get the aim right. But Once again, the M16 here, fully stocked M16 saved me because my shooting wasn't great, but the gun was rapid fire, extended magazine. So yeah, quickly decided to bandage up. Now this thing that a lot of people do, that moving around while healing and not staying still, I have a hard time doing that. So I tried my best here. As you can see, I'm not really good at this. But anyway, so I decided to quickly just check, see if he had anything useful on him. Although at this point I normally don't bother, but my weapons, I thought maybe he might have some. Now he had a 4x scope, but I decided not to bother because it's so late in the game. Small circle, no point. And I decided to take up his damaged vest because from what I know is that the damaged vest is still better than like a fresh one. I think that's what I've heard. I'm not sure, but I decided to go with the level 2 vest. Also, one of the guys earlier on I killed, I think the second guy, he had one of those expensive leather jackets. So I decided to equip that as well because I normally don't bother, but this is like an expensive thing on the Steam market. So anyway, with this guy done, I decided to sort of just make sure nobody was behind, coming from behind, and decided to boost up because this would be the time. See, at this point the shotgun is useless for me. I'm just using the M416 because this gun, I think this is the best all-rounder in the game. If you have the right attachments, you don't need anything else. Just this is more than enough. Now the problem with this area is that it gives you a lot of cover, so it's good for you, but it's also good for the other person. Like if they spot you first and sneak around, there's plenty of cover. So I wasn't too unhappy about it, but also was a bit worried. So just made sure nobody was coming from behind the blue circle, and was waiting for this circle to close as well. So unfortunately the final circle is what got me. So this circle, as you can see, is over here near the the upper sort of ruin area, and whoever was there would obviously have the high ground. So this is what I thought was going to happen. And I saw someone here very faintly. Now see, visibility isn't great here for me. I barely made out. It was just a bit of movement that gave him away. But he saw me as well. So as you can see, he saw me. He started shooting while he's crouching. So this tells me that there are actual humans playing this game, because in the past it was just perfect machines. This guy would have already killed me by now if it was like 4 weeks ago. But because I don't know if the cheating has finally made a difference, but the things that he's doing, I had not encountered this sort of mistakes from people so far in the game, like even at the start. So he's already shot half his magazine, and I think that's probably what helped me kill him, because if you see, I think he must have used up half of his magazine just trying to, because he was crouching. So let's see. So he's still shooting at the wall. This mistake, this human error, this wasn't happening before. So this gave me a bit of confidence, because I thought even if he shoots at me, chances are I might still have something, and by the time he reloads, I could get him. And basically this is what happened. Went back because he did get me quite badly, so decided to boost up and heal. But however, at this point I was sort of worried that this is it, because I'm at the other side of the circle and somebody sitting on top would get me. Now you can see gunshots coming. I tried my best to sweep around here. Decided to quickly check, see if he has anything high level, like a level 3 vest or something, but unfortunately nothing useful. I decided to just not bother. Yeah, I just moved on. I tried my best to sweep the area, like cover the circle, outside circle, but I was running out of time, so did not really have a chance to sort of look through properly. Because at this point I was thinking if I can get 1 or 2 more kills, that would be great, because I wasn't expecting to survive, simply because anybody on the high ground can see us and we are just stuck here, and if I take too long trying to sneak around, I'll be dead anyway. So anybody up here, this is obviously outside the circle, but anybody up here on this side, so anybody up here, this guy is in the perfect position. Somebody sitting here would be in the base position, and I think this is where the guy was who killed me at the end. So it's going to end soon, so yeah, just watch this. Now the circle is right on top of me, and this area is perfect, because looking up unlikely to be people coming from the water, and this area is perfectly covered, so anybody who's up here, he's in great shape. I still can't see anybody. For example, right now, as you can see, I don't see anyone here, and somebody's shooting at me from here based on the replay, but that's it. So the circle was already closed, plus somebody else shot me as well, plus there were more people shooting each other. So not a bad game. I was really happy, mostly because things went as I wanted to go. And okay, so let's see the death cam finally. So here is the guy. So as you can see, he was up there, he had the wall for cover, and he was just looking out, trying to see if anybody's coming. And he was perfectly placed, and he also had a suppressed I think he had an M416 as well. Yeah, that's it. So that's me done. He still had a scope on him, so not bad. I think a good result for me. I got 6th, and most importantly 4 kills. They were all sort of well judged kills. I came out on top in the gunfights, apart from the first one, which was easy, but most of them were prepared. I did not sort of sneak up on anyone apart from the third guy. Most of them were like straight shots, and this shows you how good the M416 is, because that I think made the difference. Like 3 of the 4 kills were with the M416, and mostly because I had all the attachments. So yeah, that was a good game. I really enjoyed this one, and hopefully you liked watching this as well. Also, if you are a good player on PUBG, give me some feedback as well. Tell me what to improve. I know I need to improve that constantly moving around thing. I can't do that, but apart from that, things worked very well here. And also maybe this could be because my internet has been upgraded. Like again, recently my internet speed has been improved even more, so maybe that's helping me. Plus with the cheating situation under control, probably it feels for the first time that it's under control. And of course I've been playing a bit for the last 2-3 weeks as well, so maybe I'm starting to get the hang of this. But yeah, M416, awesome weapon. I think if you get one M416 and have it fully upgraded, like all the attachments, then you don't really need anything else. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.